Hello and welcome to my quick video on rigging. I'm going to show you some of my boats and you'll be able to see different ways of connecting up the servo to the main and jib sails. Hope you enjoy it. Antigua 2 has a system with two sheets, separate sheets, one for the jib and one for the main, but they all go back to the same lever which is on the servo, so it's just got a single lever and the two sets of string come out through this fitting round through the pulley at the back, and then they split up, so one goes up to the main sheet through this post and the other one goes along the side of the deck through these guides and up to the jib. So this means that you can set the lengths independently, but they do move in and out by exactly the same amount, so you do need to bear that in mind when you want to set the jib up. On the boom there are two bowsies. The white one we can see goes to the white cord which is tied to the sheet for the jib, so you can adjust how far in and out the jib is relative to the main by moving that white one, and the black one and the yellow string goes round and obviously holds the back of the jib, and that sets up how much camber we've got in the sail. So you can see that you can just adjust that depending on the conditions. And then at the back of the boat we've got another bowsy here which is to adjust the main sheet, so you can adjust how far in and out the main is when it's fully sheeted in. This is my white boat that I sail on the pond at Selsey. It has a similar idea for the sheeting, so there's a lever under the hatch and it comes through out from the deck up through here around one pulley. And what's different now is that we have the two sheets are attached to a loop in that one bit of string, so rather than two runs there's only one run of string from the arm, and from there it goes up to the main and also goes up through the centre of the boat through the original fitting to the jib. So this system has less things to go wrong, and I think in very light winds it's a bit of an advantage over the two string system, and I think it's because the two sails can interact a bit from this point here, so the main can pull that up or the jib can pull that point down, and so there's a bit of a balance of forces between the two sails in very light winds, but otherwise it's the same idea. The good thing to use is nylon coated stainless steel fishing line for the mast support rigging, and at the bottom I don't like to use any heavy adjustable screws or anything, so I just use a bit of cord and a couple of bowsies, and I find that works quite well. You can tension that up yourself quite well by just pulling it and then taking up the slack with the bowsies. This is my latest boat, Dudley 2. We'll just have a quick look at this. It's rigged up similarly to the white one. You can see the servo with its lever, and it's got a pulley with just one piece of cord going through. Goes out, and on this one I haven't bothered with a pulley on the back, I just go through a loop. I've got a slightly different bit of wire across near the transom, and it still terminates with a loop where the two sheets join up, and this time instead of that piece of aluminium there's a post. Of course you can remove that if you need to take the hatch cover off, and like the other one the jib sheet goes up through the middle and onto the boom. We're going to have a look at this Micro Magic because it uses a system with one big lever on the sail servo, and at one end the pulley goes off to the sheet that goes up through here and up to the main sheet, and then on the other end of the lever you can see the other end has the jib sheet, and the jib sheet now just has a short run up to the boom, and it means that now that the lines are being pulled at two different rates. If you want to, you could have those pulleys on the main lever, you could have them at different distances, and so it means you could move where this fair lead is, and you could also move the pivot point on the jib if you wanted to. So there's a bit more flexibility with this system. You could develop something just what you wanted depending on the weather conditions. So I have a Victoria that's is set up like this, but it's in pieces at the moment being refitted out, so we're looking at this little Micro Magic instead. There's probably less friction on the runs for the jib, and the only downside of it really is you could get some water coming in through those feed throughs fairly. So you've got that one there and one at the back, but I found really that it's negligible water getting in through there. So it's that one.